Michael Maciel here. Did Jesus really rise from the dead? That seems to be on everybody's mind these days because, well, Easter's right around the corner. That's not really the question, is it? Did Jesus rise from the dead? The question is, did you rise from the dead? Is that a possibility for you? And you're going to say, what? I'm not dead. I don't need to rise from the dead. What do you mean? Well, yeah, kind of not. So the reason I say that is because when we are caught up in the physical world and what our senses report to us as being the real world, we are dead to the spiritual world, meaning we can't see it. We can't experience it. We have no access to its energies. And its energies are the energies that rise up within our core and enliven us. The energies without which we would not even be able to live. If we shut off that stream of energy from the spiritual world into us, we would die, just plain and simple. So the word dead is a relative term, but we want to rise out of that deadness, out of that cut off way of consciousness that we normally live with, and we want to rise up into a greater consciousness of a greater reality. Because we all know that what we see is not all there is. I mean, there's so much we don't see. We don't see electromagnetic waves. We don't see infrared waves. We don't see the dimensions that we're, supposedly intermeshed with. Those things are invisible to us. And yet we're embedded in them and they affect us. Those energies affect us, what's going on in like the fourth dimension and these states of consciousness that are subliminal, things that are going on in us that we are not aware of, even things in our own physical body, these processes. We don't know how our body temperature is regulated. I mean, we know the idea of it, but we don't see it. We don't see it actually happening. There's more going on in the world than we will probably ever see, but we can see way more of it than we're seeing now. And think of the advantages of it. Think of the benefits. If you could see, say, the electromagnetic waves, I'm sure that there are places where those converged in such intensity that they might pose a health risk, or radiation. Who can see with their physical eyes gamma rays? I don't know of anybody. Do you? But if you could, wow, you'd be the one everybody would turn to in case there was a radiation leak, right? Because you would be able to see it. So my point is, there's so much of this world that we don't see, and not only in terms of the world as we live in it and function with it and all that, but the things that are going on inside of us. The psychological stuff, the spiritual stuff. We don't see those things, but it's because we don't look. We have to learn how to look, because they're not kept hidden from us. We're just not looking. That's the only reason we don't see it. It's like Krishnamurti said one time. He said the subconscious, there's no unconscious. So we're just not looking in that direction. There's a lot of truth in that. So if we believe that there is a spiritual world and we look for it, it will reveal itself to us. It has to. That's just how everything is set up. Wherever we turn our consciousness, where we place our consciousness, we must become aware of that place. So, but if you disallow the existence of a spiritual world, you'll never see it, because you've locked that door. So unlock the door. Go there. If you wonder whether God is real, or the spiritual world is real, or any of these paranormal things or whatever. If you want to know if they're real, don't just say they're not real. Check it out. If you want to know if prayer works, if you can actually pray and get your prayers answered, pray and do it in a scientific way. Do it according to the instructions and how you do it. Visualize it, ask for it, let go of it, and really know what you want, and then see if it comes to you. And if it doesn't, then okay, maybe it doesn't work for you, or it does, and you're just not trying it. So try it out. Don't be closed-minded about it. Don't be like superstitious about it, because you can be superstitious about mundane things as well as you can be about so-called spiritual things. That train runs both ways. So don't think you're not superstitious because you don't believe in spiritual stuff. Because, no, you could be just as superstitious, only on the wrong side of the tracks. So, so go within, do the experiments, check it out, find out what's going on inside of you in the energetic part of you. Go into the energy of your spine. Go into that core energy of you and put your consciousness there. Go in there, stay in there, and see what's revealed. And oftentimes, the way it reveals itself, there's a little delay because that kind of work takes a little bit of time to manifest, but you will see results. But you've got to do the work. You can't just expect it to appear out of nowhere without doing anything for it, right? You have to kind of pay for it. So do it. Do the work. Go within. Set a time every day and take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes is really good. Go inside. Go within. Get lit up from the inside and see where that light is coming from. It's as if you're sitting in a dark room and somebody turns on a light right behind you. You want to see where that light's coming from, but you can't turn around to see it because it'll just turn with you. So you have to kind of back into it. You have to let it enfold you and come around you, come through you, and bathe in that light. And as you do it more and more, it will transform you. You will be changed. You'll become a different person. More of you, really, is what it amounts to. Not the egotistical you, but the vital you. The part of you that just wants to be alive and is filled with joy and astounded at the beauty of the world and the strength of the connections that you have with other people and the meaningful relationships that you can have. All of that just starts to open up, and all of the things that you're worried about or scared about, they just start to fade away. And it's wonderful because it puts you in the best possible position to deal with problems. That's where you want to be. You want to be empowered to deal with problems and not let them steamroll you, So I hope this helps, and we'll see you next time.